welcome to today's show. Every year I cover Halloween. I tell everybody about all the things around Halloween, sacrifice, the reason for it, the abductions. I mean, there's so many satanic agendas, themes that obviously coincide with Halloween, the dates that are there, the dates of abductions. There's a lot of stuff. So we're getting closer to Halloween, but apparently here in September, people are already putting up Halloween decorations, right? You might be saying, where am I getting that? Well, you're reading on the screen. We're getting that. People were putting up Halloween displays a little early, despite the fact that that's a little weird. They're also putting up Halloween displays of a beheaded Jesus. And this doesn't seem to be a big deal, right? It's getting a little bit of backlash, but could you imagine if someone like near you in the name of Halloween had a beheaded person wearing a shirt that had a rainbow on it? Could you imagine what would happen? Huh? Could you? What if I had Buffalo Bill out in my front yard? For those of you that don't know Buffalo Bill, he identifies as the opposite of what he is. What if I had a statue of Buffalo Bill out there completely, decapitated? I think people would be pretty upset. It would be worse than that. You'd probably be evicted from your home. The police would show up at your home and say you're a domestic terroristic threat. But if you put Jesus out there while beheaded, of course, you're not going to get any backlash. Sure, a few neighbors might say something, but, it's obviously just becoming more and more of a normal thing in our society, embracing of Satan. And of course, this also ties into free speech. So I'm going to get all those things and actually show you the news clip that aired in Texas. But keep in mind the things with free speech and it being too far. As far as I'm concerned, when I see something like this, it makes me sick, it makes me angry. But at the same time, if somebody's going to put this in their lawn, then I should be able to put up something in my lawn. Maybe even a picture of the homeowner. Maybe I would print out a picture of the guy who put this up, put his face on a mannequin, and have it bent over in the front lawn, right? With Barry Obama standing behind it, right? But I'd probably get arrested for that. So I do believe people should be able to have free speech and free expression because, well, that's what I deal with on a daily basis. But I do believe it, even if I'm offended by it. Because I know that this dummy who's doing this out of his front lawn, I can't imagine the wrath that he's going to sustain. I can't imagine it. I know that's for God to deal with, not me. But I'd still mock back with my free expression to show my anger and frustration towards somebody who's so stupid, psychotic, and bizarre that he's not only putting Jesus decapitated in his lawn, he's actually putting up Halloween decorations early in September, which just shows you, like I've said over the years, how more and more indoctrinated with Halloween people are becoming more obsessed. It is becoming like, there's even Halloween trees, which I'll cover during the month of October. More pagan stuff tied into it. But take a look at what's happening in Texas.
A controversial Halloween display is turning heads in Bucktown with less than 50 days to Halloween. Some neighbors are calling for it to be removed. Other company shows us what it looks like, and we do want to warn you, some might find these images offensive.
This is our church here.
Vic Miorana has been building this Halloween display by hand for a year.
These are our parishioners here.
Miorana says their Bucktown home turns heads every year, but this time,
So we have a little religious theme here.
it's also sparked controversy.
We wanted to make people scared, to make them a little uncomfortable. We have no interest in inciting violence, and we have no bias against the church. We're both raised Catholic.
But some Bucktown neighbors were shocked.
My two children that are in high school and Catholic school in the area told me, Mom, did you see what was around the corner? And I said, no.
The decorations depict a beheaded Jesus flanked by a nun and priest. Jesus' head is in the hands of Satan.
It's appalling. In a word, it's blasphemy.
These Metairie residents say they want the decorations removed.
And understand everybody has a love freedom of speech. That's what we all here for. That's what makes this country great. But we have freedom of speech as well. And I feel like we needed to express our opinion as well.
Code enforcement visited the property on Monday. Parish President Cynthia Lee Sheng said in a statement to WWL-TV, quote, "We are not aware of any local ordinances that specifically address this type of situation. However, this neighborhood display is clearly offensive and certainly not in the spirit of a family-friendly Jefferson Parish Halloween." The neighbor next door said he doesn't see any issue with the decorations.
Every year he goes, we will vote on. Try to make these displays. Everybody seems to like it, except a few people.
Miorana says they don't reflect the family's personal or religious beliefs. It's just for fun. But some neighbors say the theme went too far.
I'm all about Halloween. I decorate. We all have scary stuff. This just is crossing the line.
If this isn't your particular cup of tea, maybe pick a different street to walk down on Halloween.
In Bucktown, Lily Cummings, Eyewitness News.
So, of course, right, if it was Buddha, well, we know the police would be. Like I said earlier, if I put up something of somebody in a rainbow shirt, of course I'd be arrested. But let's just say a figure, right, in religion, right? Let's just say Buddha was out there with his boobies flopping around in the front lawn, right? And somebody had Buddha's head cut off. Oh my goodness, there would be a liberal uprising, so to speak, no pun intended. There'd be liberals going crazy over it, right? There'd be... What if I, in my front lawn, put Baphomet and decapitate? Oh, PETA will be there, right? Because Baphomet's an animal, supposedly. Even though Baphomet is an animal. It's worse than an animal. Okay? They'd be pretty upset. But this just makes national news and nothing ever happens about it. And again, I'm not saying that something should happen about it. I'm saying the hypocrisy in this country. Because I know God's wrath is going to God's probably going to shove a lightning bolt up this guy's rear end, amongst many other things. I can't speak on behalf of God, but I would imagine he wouldn't be pleased with this. And those who mock God, well, the day of vengeance is God. So let this guy deal with that wrath. But my point is that they can use these types of stories in two different ways. They can, one, say, where does freedom of speech stop, which is one of the narratives they want. So they want Christians to be able to say, to be able to make this guy take it down. And Christians do want it, and rightfully so. Okay, rightfully so. But when you start tying this into freedom of speech, it's amazing that this guy's exercising freedom of speech here, but I can't talk about, or you can't talk about, things in regards to the, organizations that are three letters, like CIA, FDA, CDC, right? You can't say anything about them because that's not free speech, that's dangerous. But this is free speech when they're literally putting our Lord Savior decapitated, and we're not supposed to be offended by it, by the way. So there's a double-edged sword here with free speech, and that's what's going to tie into this, of course, right? What can you not say? So Christians want to cancel this guy from putting this in his law, and rightfully so, then they're going to want to cancel you back with things that you do. And what's really happening is, obviously, they are canceling freedoms of Christians day in day out. So more Christians are frustrated, like, why can't I express how I feel about this? But they can do that. And it pisses me off to see this stuff, too. So you have to watch the agendas tied into it. So a two-story Halloween display of a blood-stained Satan gripping the severed head of Jesus has sparked an outcry from neighbors in a Louisiana town who call up last week. Oh, I apologize. Earlier I said Texas, it's actually Louisiana. That's because I'm reading this out of an article in the Dallas Morning News, so I apologize for that. Not that it really matters, but just so we have that correct. So Vic Miorana, who lives in Meatree's Bucktown neighborhood, typically begins planning his Halloween decoration months in advance. So he's got a lot of free time. Clearly, most of these people do. Months in advance because our tax money is probably funding his decorations. Right? And again, more adults acting like children. Yeah, you ever see, like, if you go to Home Depot or somewhere, they now it's covered in Halloween decoration, by the way. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, any one of those stores. It's all about Halloween decorations. They've somehow tied in Halloween with going to get screws and bolts. That's how it's saying. And there's people in the section who are walking around there. They're like, well, it's outside Home Depot, and they're adults. And you just look at it, you're like, are you an adult? Behave like an adult. Like, what, I can still enjoy Halloween? You're an adult, okay? Stop going to Disney World, going on the Tiddlywinks, Tiddlycups, whatever they are, the small world. Just grow up, because this is why we're in the predicament we're in. Because adults are behaving as kids, so they know there's not going to be a revolution against what they're doing. So this guy, give typically begins its Halloween decoration months in advance. According to a report on NOLA, this year's decorations have outraged residents who say he's crossed the line. I mean, it's pretty funny as Satan holding Jesus' head, because it's going to be more than quite the opposite. But despite threats and complaints, the man said he will not remove the display. It's over the principle. I have my rights and I refuse to back down. I love to scare people. I worked in haunted houses. I hope to own my own haunted house one day. You know, and this is what scares people. That's a real pathetic. I mean, real inspiring thing. He wants to own a haunted house. This is what adults are. 100 years ago, adults were just trying to figure out how they can provide food and water and shelter and warmth for their family. Now, what are they striving for? To start their own haunted house. Welcome to 2023. This is how men's minds are working. And women's. But I mean, this falls on men. This type of stuff. This is a guy doing it for starters. I mean, just men acting as kids and women acting like lunatics. Men are behaving like children. They're ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This whole concept is, I don't care if you have pumpkins on your front porch and you're Christian or not because you like the fall. Okay, do you see some of these people's lawns? They have like 20-foot skeletons. They're in the section of Home Depot. Adults who should be there looking for things, you know, repair stuff or whatever. And then they're shopping for, oh, look, I got the latest room, you know, I got the, oh, look at me, I got the thing from the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm putting it in my lawn. Right? He's like, I have my rights and I refuse to back down. Well, that's interesting. I have my rights and I refuse to back down, but I'm censored every. I'm not allowed to make a living or make any income off of things that I would deem work. Now, what does this guy do for a living? I don't know, but whatever it is, he doesn't seem like he likes it too much because he's striving to start his own haunted house one day. Good grief, the man has built extravagant displays for the past several years. 2 years ago, he crafted a killer clown display. This year he spent months mixing fake blood, sculpting fake bodies, and thrifting old clothes for skeletons. So he spent months doing it. It's a homeowner, by the way. He's doing it in his front lawn. Guy somehow owns a home, probably because we funded with our tax money, right? He's been probably collecting disability and all this other stuff. And what's it going through? Oh, this guy's spending his free time mixing blood. I mean, look, you people out there, well, you know, it's his free time that I do what he wants. That's fine. I'm just saying, overall, why our society is the way it is? Because everybody's been spoiled with food, water, all these other things we take for granted. Everyone's wasting their time on stuff like this. When they pull the plug, what do you think a guy like this is going to do? Who's into macabre and stuff? Now, he thinks he's going to do it. But he doesn't realize that people like me who are simple-headed, clear-minded, if you come mess with anybody in my family or any of my friends, I mean, I'm ready to throw down sicker than this guy probably can. Okay? You might be able to have macabre stuff, but let's see when action comes to action, you'll probably be crying like a little girl, even though you're mixing fake blood and cutting off the heads of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ, thinking you're cool. And then, of course, telling people, oh, you know, I like to do this stuff because I like to scare people. That's not who's scared of something like that. Clearly, he knows it's going to offend somebody. Okay? How many lawns do we see these stupid decapitated demons and all this other loser stuff in their lawns? Oh, it's so scary. I mean, is anyone really scared at this point? No, people are desensitized to this stuff. They show us it every single day in every single movie. You know, he clearly did it because he wants to get the middle finger to our Lord and Savior. So, oh man, I'm staring at the picture as I scroll through the article of Satan holding up what is supposed to be the head of Jesus. It's just embarrassing and sickening. But this is what this guy's doing in his free time, so we know God's watching and we know God will take care of this. But anyway, at night, flashing lights and haunted organ music accompanied the scene. Initially, the display included a flamethrower rigged to emit fire from Jesus' body, but a fire marshal asked him to remove it because it violated a burn ban. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that before I started to do it. Okay, I didn't see that part. Oh, all right. Yeah, so he's not trying to scare people. He's not trying to send a message by having Jesus not just decapitated, but having flames come out of his body. I mean, this guy's got something. I mean, we know the government's protecting this guy. I'm sure he's probably working for the CIA. He says, I understand that the images are controversial, but it's important to remember that this is Halloween and it's for fun. I think it's been blown completely out of proportion. Of course, these people use Halloween or all these things for fun, and then when it comes to freedom, what do I say that my channel's for fun? I tried before. I said it's fun. It's a parody channel. I tried to tell you to. It's a spoof. You know, they won't buy that. Oh, it's not their kind of fun, I guess. It's not their kind of spoof, even though it's not. It could be further from it. I'm just trying to work them because they're all idiots. But it doesn't matter. They just don't want this type of content out there. But for us, we can't label what we do art. I try to say my channel's art, my artistic expression. No. This is art for this person. This is Halloween. This is for fun. Yeah, that's real fun. Like kids walk around the block and see a decapitated Jesus. That's real great. And you're an adult. You know what I mean? This is somebody who's, well, should this guy, if our voting system counted, should this guy have a right to vote? This is what's going through his mind. He's like, oh, kids, it's okay for a kid to see that. No, it's not, scumbag. It's not okay for a kid to see. Scumbag. Talk about a low life. Jeez, let's see this guy out. He's got his thing. Oh, Halloween's coming. Freedom of speech, whether it's political or whatever your freedom of expression is to create things like these decorations. It's all protected. And I agree. I think this guy should have a right to do this, okay? I do, because I know God's going to deal with it. But at the same time, I should be able to take his picture of him, which I'm sure he's posted all over social media, and I should be able to glue it to something, a mannequin. I should be able to have it bent over, and I should be able to put a singing statue behind it and put it in my lawn. But what would happen then? Oh, I'd be arrested for terrorism. Oh, I should be able to have a bunch of statues of fleshbackers in my lawn, all decapitated. Oh, that's hate speech, right? Oh, that's not where freedom of speech is allowed, right? Oh, I should be able to talk freely on YouTube. Oh, I can't, because that's not protected either. So if it doesn't exist, buddy, newsflash. But he knows that. He knows probably it doesn't exist, but he knows something like this he could do and get away with and use free speech because it only protects people who are Satanists. Free speech these days only protects these types of people. You know, adult babies. So Rachel Flanagan told the news station she learned about the decorations from kids who attend a nearby Catholic school. She said the decorations are appalling, it's horrible to our religion, it's blasphemy, it's not right. Any other religion would have a problem with this. Of course, maybe just in the channel. Not only would any other religion have a problem with it, they would never do it to another religion publicly and talk about it in the news because then those people would be arrested, right? Again, if it was Buddha, this guy would be in a prison cell or they would make him take it down, and then the mainstream media would tell the story, and then everybody would condemn this guy and throw eggs at his house. But since it's Jesus, he'll be glorified by the news. So Jefferson Parish President Cynthia Lee Shang said in a statement that the display was not in violation of any local ordinances. Of course, however, the neighborhood display is clearly offensive and certainly not in the spirit of family-friendly Jefferson Parish Halloween. Oh, Halloween's not family. I mean, we can just ban Halloween in general. How about that? It's one neighbor, Paul Lito, maybe it was Jared Lito's brother or dad or boyfriend, who lives on the block, said he's not seeing why people are so offended. And if people are offended, he says, why do you keep coming back through the neighborhood? Oh, boy, another guy, no brain. Why are people coming through the neighborhood? Yeah, put stuff out here once people drive through the neighborhood. They're not offended. Why do you keep coming back? They like it so much they want to see more. I don't know how to think. No, you don't, Paul. No, you don't. You're checked out. Hey, Paul, what's in your skull? Oh, cobwebs. You fit right in with the Halloween theme, Paul. Why don't you lay out this lawn as a decoration? You're clearly a walking corpse. Anyway, folks, this is what's going on. So a debate somehow comes up over freedom of speech. English isn't speech by expression. With a Halloween display of beheaded Jesus. Now, again, Christians are going to take it down. I couldn't agree more, but I'm not a hypocrite about this. So I would, if I was a Christian, I would just do something with this guy and say it's freedom of speech, right? Put a body in your lawn for Halloween and have a skull next to it with his face printed on it. Print out a picture of his social media account, put it on the ground. Oh, well, that's a threat, though, right? That would be considered a threat, right? So it's like fire with fire, or eye for an eye, so to speak, with these people. You can taste their own medicine, but you can't. That's the point. You can't, because that's bullying, or that's hateful. But this isn't bullying. No, it's not bullying when they're bullying the Messiah. Unbelievable. I can't wait for God to return and bully these people. Put them where they belong, in the pit, burning for eternity. A reminder, if you didn't see my earlier video, please sub to my backup channels now. Please do. Uprising Revival and United Uprising, 2 backup channels. I gotta build one of them out. I need your help. Please do that. I got a strike on this channel yesterday. I got a strike on the other channel yesterday. So if I get another strike on either, I won't be able to upload for a week. So if you like my daily content, sub now. And you can check out the website, uprisingrevival.com. Those videos that were banned are over there exclusively. More people need to join. It's $2.99 a month. I get it. I know people don't want to spend money. I totally understand that. But it's less than, milk is like $8. And it's a month's worth of content. So if you want truth, you want to learn, educate yourself, join the website. I thank you guys again for being here. Hope you're doing well. God bless all of you, as always, and your families.